Welcome back to John doesn't have any friends, I guess. I think that's what we established in the last episode.
I've accepted this.
Well, no, we were talking about what I would consider classic movies.
Yeah.
What else is there? I think the Die Hard movies are fun, but I wouldn't.
Die Hard 1
necessarily-
is fantastic.
I've seen Die Hard 1.
I wouldn't say they're necessarily like.
I've seen bits of Die Hard films.
Come on, why are you still alive?
I'm gonna get fucked by.
It's the same as I've only seen
Two,
bits of James Bond films.
Well, in
How have
fairness,
you never
James
seen a
Bond-
James Bond film?
James Bond outside of like Casino Royale and Skyfall, you're not really missing much.
You are! Casino Royale is the shit one.
No, have you seen Quantum of Solace?
Okay, I'll give you Quantum of Solace.
But I think Josh is thinking more classic Bond.
Yeah, classic Bond.
Yeah, they don't
Fucking
hold up as
Sean
well.
Connery.
They don't hold up as well as you like
Sean
to think.
Connery.
Schwan.
See, I can never see him as anything other than the guy from fucking League of Extraordinary.
I can't believe you're.
Oh,
That was a very bad...
Or Dr. Jones Sr. from fucking Last Crusade.
Yeah?
That was Sean Connery, man.
Anything else you consider classic though?
Gremlins.
Gremlins is
I haven't
fantastic.
seen Gremlins.
Yeah.
I saw it many years ago, named my second cat after Gizmo, and I've forgotten everything about that film since.
Really?
That was it.
That was it.
That was his entire experience. with Gremlins.
Jaws.
I haven't seen
I
Jaws.
need to see Jaws. I do need to see
I want
Jaws.
to say,
Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water.
I think I've seen the first one, and I want to say 3D.
Because like, Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen all of those.
Indiana Jones
Yeah.
is great.
I kind of want to see 5, but also not at the same time.
There's a fifth one?
Yeah, they're making a 5th one.
Oh.
Are they still going prequel, or if they...
I don't know. Okay.
Back to the Future.
Yes.
Yeah,
Ferris
1, 2,
Bueller's
and
Big Day Off.
Not
Never
Ferris
seen that
Bueller.
one.
Yeah, Ferris Bueller's good.
Um,
He's better in War Games though. War Games is the better. What's his face movie? Fuck, I died.
Again, I remember that actor from a bad film he was in, which was Godzilla.
Wait, which?
That's a whole lot of fish.
Oh, that one. Okay, good.
That's a whole lot of fish.
Because if we were talking about the 2014
Not
one,
2014.
I was going to fight you on that one.
He meant Zilla.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Hey,
I meant the
2000 or
OG
99?
Godzilla.
1954, hell yeah, boy.
Yeah, because he was alive.
Godzilla's as old as my dad.
What is his name?
who?
Ferris Bueller.
Michael
Actor.
McIntyre. No.
I can't remember his name.
Neither can I.
He looks quite. Well, no, he looks the same, but he's older now by quite a large margin.
Yeah, but I can't because I want to because I'm asserting that he was better in War Games, but I can't remember what he was called.
Dave.
It's not Dave. It begins with an M.
Matthew McConaughey.
It's not Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McDonkadonk.
Alright.
What was his name?
What was Bueller Ferris Variety's name?
Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick,
There we
yeah, that's
go.
it.
We figured it out, ladies and gentlemen. We've discovered the name of Matthew Broderick.
You guys seen Uncle Buck?
No.
That's a classic. Breakfast Club.
I haven't seen Breakfast Club. It's
No.
on the list.
Godfather.
Not
It's
seen.
still not
I
seen
still
it.
haven't seen
Can't
that
see
either
it.
yet, no.
All 3 or just 1 and 2? Because people I talk to say different things.
No, I say just watch the first one, really.
I've heard lots of people say only watch the first one. Definitely don't bother with 3. But mostly 1 is what I've heard.
I'm trying to think of any other ones that are like big.
Come on, Fantoon, you big spirity bitch.
Grapple Beam! Oh my word, I'm so far behind. What I'm hoping
It's
happens-
okay, because after Fantoon, I'm gonna get lost.
Yeah.
Either way,
Whereas
it
I've
really
played
is,
that
so-
more recently, so
Oh yeah, I stopped
That might
after
be where-
Fantoon, so...
I have a little bit of success.
Either way, I think I've successfully made the point that I was trying to say. There are these massive classic movies that quite a lot of people just kind of haven't really seen.
Yeah.
Come on, Fantoon, you spirity bastard! Die! Come on!
Which kind of throws me onto my next segue. I think it's probably about time that we talk about the Rise of Skywalker.
Oh boy.
God.
Are we doing that this episode?
here we go.
I could fill up the rest of this run.
We have a solid 15 minutes that we can talk about.
Oh, it's gonna be cross-out.
It's
No.
gonna be more of 15 minutes, mate.
I'm going to try and restrict it to 15 minutes.
Oh boy.
You weren't there yesterday when these 2 came around and we just bitched about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Good couple minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck you, Fantoon, you piece of shit.
Given you the most recent person to watch it, Joshua,
actually having a
go on.
Begin the discussion.
For a start, I had to Google how to pronounce the Sith planet's name because it was pronounced 3 different ways in that film.
Oh, was it?
Yes, it's a goal, but I swear, I'm willing to bet.
As in like Steven Seagal.
Exegol.
Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to bet a fair amount of money that Poe Dameron himself said Exegog, which is just wrong. Which makes me think, was it named differently in a previous edition of the script? And they went, that'll be fine.
Well, if there's one thing I've learned from looking at Twitter for the past few weeks is that Oscar Isaac does not care anymore.
Yeah.
He's done.
He is so done. He never wants to work for Disney again. That kind of done.
I quite like him. I think he's quite a cool guy.
He was great, but yeah.
But what was the point of his backstory?
What was the point?
There was absolutely no point. It took up
At
a
the
whole
end of
load
the day,
time.
what was the point of Poe and Finn? Unfortunately, because I liked both of them a lot.
Something else that they never addressed and just kind of left at the end of the film. I thought the whole point of Finn's character was he had something to say to Rey.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was force sensitive.
Yeah, that was what he was going to say to her.
But that would have been good to actually know.
Yeah.
Although, no, there were hints throughout all 3 movies that he's force sensitive.
No.
They implied it in the same way they implied Leia in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah,
But
like
that's
it's the
not
same as
good enough.
Han Solo is almost 100% some level of force sensitive. That there are things in the film that say it. However, Han
he
Solo
keeps
didn't
saying-
spend the last film going, "Luke, I've got something to tell you," and then not tell us what it was he had to tell.
That's because they're very different characters, John. I'm going to have to fight you on this one. That Han Solo and Finn, you're trying to compare them as similar
I'm
characters.
not comparing their characters, I'm comparing their actions.
Yeah, and they're both completely different characters.
Yes.
So they will do different actions.
Yes, but that doesn't stop the fact that something was brought up in the film, and Chekhov's gun
Right.
was put into the film as the question.
Oh, look at
That
look
was
at the
not
film
fired.
student go here.
I'll have you know that's a dramatic technique, not a film technique.
Ooh, you just got played, son.
It started in a play by Chekhov.
I don't know why I'm taking the mick out of John when I agree with him. I'm sorry.
No, I just had to correct you that it's a dramatic technique.
I might be misunderstanding, but you're trying to say that... Okay, I didn't like the film. Fine. But trying to compare Han Solo and Finn is like apples and oranges.
Oh yeah, no. I'll agree
Again,
with
I'm not
that.
comparing their characters.
So, what did we see that made it obvious that Han Solo was force sensitive?
He does keep saying I have a bad feeling about this, but that doesn't confirm.
Yeah, that's just
That
that he has a
means squat. Everyone says that. in Star
Premonition,
Wars.
which is a force thing, and everyone that has said that has been force sensitive.
When did? Yeah, everyone. John, do you know why everyone else started
Because
saying
half
it?
the characters.
Because it was a meme.
John, C-3PO says I have a bad feeling about this all the time. I'm pretty sure he isn't force sensitive.
There is
He's
a
just
droid.
anxious as fuck.
There is
So
a
fuck you on that one.
There is a droid that is force sensitive. That's
There
my
is Skippy
favourite
the
thing.
droid.
Here's a game.
Sith Lord.
Anxious.
Is he a Sith Lord or a Jedi?
No, Skippy the droid committed suicide.
Yeah, I know, but he identifies with one part of the Force. He's the one that blows himself up so that Luke picks R2 and C-3PO instead of him. Because Uncle Owen picks him first, and then he destroys himself.
The red astromech droid at the beginning of A New Hope.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It's Skippy the
canon.
droid.
He's
No,
like,
it's
He
Legends.
has the
They-
is it? It used to be canon, and it was one of my favourite parts of.
Right.
It's dumb.
The force sensitive tree was pretty good as well. Let's be real.
Or the mountain that cries.
That was it. That was what I was going for. I've forgotten that it was a mountain and not a tree. And
The
then it
mountain that
cried.
cries, which is distinctly different from the mountain that rides. That's a whole different kettle of fish.
Indeed it is.
Why would you put fish in a kettle?
Because you want to...
That was a John level joke.
That
I'm
was,
sorry.
Yeah.
But no, Josh, I do agree. They did set up for Finn to say something, and they've only confirmed it after the fact.
Yes.
Yeah, but I didn't even know they confirmed it because I've been staying away from Star Wars stuff. But like the romantic tension throughout the entire film made it sound like what he was going to say was "I love you," but
Yeah.
they never
No,
got
yeah.
around to it. It's like it seemed like a half-finished romance subplot that they just kind of went
Yeah, which they decided to tag on a different unfinished romance.
Oh,
subplot
God.
onto.
What about they
can't-
they
I'll just
they
say-
tried to tag on about 3 because they were like, guys, Finn and Poe aren't gay for each other. Please don't think that. Please don't think they're gay.
Despite Poe's actor saying that's how I played his character the entire time.
Yeah.
as super fucking gay for
Hey,
Finn.
man. Finn came out of that movie with a fucking harem.
Yeah, he really did.
Yeah.
Because he had 3 female love interests, and then also Poe.
Exactly.
I want to get on
He's
you.
basically an
No
anime
harm
character.
is complete without the...
The token gay.
The obligatory bisexual.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I think the best point I can make about the film itself is I've come out of every Marvel film I've seen, even the bad ones, going, that was pretty good, and then later go, actually it was a bit weak, but it was alright.
Yeah.
I was sat in the theatre throughout the entire film going, this is fucking bullshit.
Not only that, but
I could not suspend my disbelief for a second.
even I have like literally the lowest standards for movies ever. I care way more about video games. Even I was like, this is dumb.
Why are we here?
Yeah.
What is the
How did we
point?
get here?
Just to suffer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Feel my arm.
Oh yeah, well, what was the point of giving 3PO a red arm in the last film and then not doing
I
anything with it?
forgot about that.
You might not recognise me from my red arm. Well, where did it go, 3PO?
So they could do the obligatory C-3PO has to have some form of colour change in each trilogy.
Oh.
Wait, for real?
In the original trilogy he has a silver leg, in the prequel trilogies he is fully golden.
Yeah. Well, he starts off kind of half built and then gets
And then,
full
yeah.
gold.
That was my favourite version of C-3PO, when he was naked.
I believe I made a claim that Rise of Skywalker almost takes me to the point at which I'd willingly watch and enjoy Attack of the Clones.
Oh, that's bad.
I wouldn't rate it that low, on the scale.
It was pretty bad.
It was pretty.
At least Attack of the Clones had the Jedi fight at the end on Geonosis.
Yeah.
Gravity suit.
Guess so.
Like the only thing for me that saves Rise of Skywalker is the final action set piece, the ship battle, not the fucking Palpatine redirect.
Right.
That was bullshit.
Palpatine was
Yeah, no, the
stupid.
ship battle was way more interesting.
Yeah,
I just wish it wasn't a bunch of civilian ships.
yeah. But then again, it is the Resistance. They have
No,
that.
they weren't all civilian ships. I'll have you know that the Mandalorian ship actually showed up in that scene as
Are
well.
you fucking serious?
Attention to detail, yeah.
Are you fucking
Yeah, no.
serious?
That was me
my
during the entire film.
Yeah.
There were Mandalorian fighters,
It's almost like they were trying to discreetly say, maybe you should watch our new show.
no, so when I say Mandalorian fighter, I mean Clone Wars era Mandalorian
Yeah.
fighter. So
Oh,
not
okay.
nothing from the Mandalorian. It was,
No, but...
do you remember the ship that Darth Maul flew around? That sort of triangle ship?
No, I remember that one.
Yeah, the blue and silver triangle ship. That was a Mandalorian fighter.
Wait,
No,
never mind.
I am-
I'm thinking of the one from episode 1.
I'm
Yes, you are.
talking about the actual so the one that they're using in the Mandalorian at the moment shows
did
up
that
in
show up as
shows up in the final fight.
I didn't see it when I was watching.
It's a blink or you'll miss it.
But we
kind of
watched
moment.
Mandalorian after, didn't we? So
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know. I wasn't that knowledgeable.
And I will say, I way prefer the Mandalorian.
I might give it a watch. To be
It's
fair.
so good. I'm using Disney Plus through a VPN, so
So that's technically legal as long as you're paying for it.
it's true.
Yeah. What?
It's just like if you use Netflix with a VPN. You pay for Netflix.
It's true.
I was trying to get a picture of Mandalorian fighter, but it's not loading.
Yeah, I don't know, mate. But I don't know. Where would you rate it on a scale? So from
This whole
on 1 to
sequel
9.
trilogy. This
No,
whole
1 to 9.
1 to 9. With 1 being the
With
highest.
Rogue and Solo as well?
No,
No,
they're
'cause that
completely
doesn't
different
count
beasts.
on 9.
And I don't like Rogue One. So I'm rating for 1 to 9 with 1 being the highest and 9 being the lowest.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a hard question.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know where I'd put it.
I think I know where I'd put it.
I think I've got a rough idea.
I think
would
I'd still
probably
rate-
say about. It's going to be an 8 because the only thing that's worse than it is Attack of the Clones.
I'd say Phantom Menace as well, and a
At least-
lot of Revenge of the Sith.
No, because you can get a buy on Phantom Menace. Revenge of the Sith gets into the juicy stuff pretty damn quick.
With one of the best space action
it's
scenes.
like
it
has some really good
opening-
action scenes, but it also like the writing's just so painful.
The opening space battle against
writing.
Grievous is the opening space battle against Grievous is good, and then it kind of just keeps going on that kind of pacing. Which is like, yeah, I'm good with that. It's not
I also haven't
quite
seen it
as
in a long
bad.
time, though.
I don't know. I also haven't seen the prequel trilogy apart from Revenge of the Sith in a very long time.
Same.
I feel like if we did all 9 back to back, I would be able to make a definitive list.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably throw Rise of Skywalker probably 6 or 7.
I think my order, I want to put Phantom Menace right at the bottom, because the only part of Phantom Menace I enjoy is Duel of Fates at the end. That is.
What about the pod racing?
I rated
Dom?
the pod racing.
But
I'm
it's
just
What
a
about
sucker
the pod
for
racing?
It's a nice
sci-fi
looking
racing.
scene, but I'm not a racing man. So
I'm a sucker for sci-fi racing, so that is pure
Yeah.
bias on my part.
So for me,
I mean, we do Formula 1 in my house, so
There's-
I'm biased.
only that one sword fight at the end I enjoy,
Yeah.
followed by Attack of the Clones, just because I like the last section of Attack of the Clones when the clones actually attack.
The final Geonosis leading into the fight against Count Dooku is good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that I enjoyed, minus Yoda flipping around like a munchkin.
That's hilarious, though.
It is
that,
funny.
that gets points for being hilarious.
It's also canon, so
It is, yeah, it is also canon.
so suck on your canon.
I'm aware. I would then...
and has more canon representation than the Darksaber.
No, the Darksaber now has more canon representations.
Oh shit, okay. Was it in Rebels?
Yes, and Clone Wars.
I didn't know it was in Clone Wars, but I thought it was just in
In
Clone
fact,
Wars.
there's a whole season of the Clone Wars which is about the Darksaber.
Alright then. I haven't seen Clone Wars, so...
And then it would probably be Last Jedi, but that's just because of Rian Johnson should not have been put in charge of the middle one.
Yeah.
He should have been put at
in charge
either
of
end.
the first.
Well, I
100%.
reckon he could have done either end. He could have finished it unsatisfactorily or started it a bit shit.
Unfortunately,
Hard disagree on that one.
what?
Ryan Johnson, there's a lot in The Last Jedi that I genuinely really
He
like.
has some good camera work.
Yeah, no.
It's fucking dumb though.
No, yeah. So, apart from some nice-looking scenes, I don't think The Last Jedi has any redeemable qualities.
Just as a part of a overarching narrative that spans multiple films, it fundamentally fails as a middle film.
It wraps up too much stuff.
Yeah,
It
you're not-
kills off the main villain.
in the middle section of a trilogy, you're really not meant to wrap much up.
You can kill some side characters, and
Oh,
that's
wow.
about it.
You can wrap up side plots. You shouldn't wrap up much to do with the main villain. In fact, you should be
Steering away
posing
from...
more questions to the main villain.
You should be steering away. So, if we use the original trilogy as an example, you didn't know anything about the Emperor until episode 6.
Yeah.
You did, to be fair, okay, they didn't set up the Emperor in episode 4 because they weren't expected to do more than one film. But then episode 5 is Darth Vader's going, don't fuck around with the Emperor.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, who's the Emperor? He must be a bigger Sith. And then he turns up in 6. Which is another problem I have with Rise of Skywalker, is Rise of Skywalker obviously goes, oh, what made the other trilogies cool was that Palpatine turned up at the end. Which is not at all what made them cool.
No,
BS.
yeah, it was literally everything else.
Yeah, literally everything else in the film made them cool.
Yeah, episode 8 really didn't do anything for me. Episode 9 just... I was able to shut my brain off while watching it with you,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
That's
when
how I
was
got
at
through
the
it.
cinema. And then it's thinking about it that I'm just like, no, that film... Fundamentally, there was too much... Just the whole thing with the Force is coincidences don't happen, it's the will of the Force.
The Force became magic.
But as in, that's from the original trilogy as well. But the thing is,
the Force became exactly what it wasn't in the original trilogy.
I'm not just talking coincidence part.
Okay.
And we'll find out in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one.